Chef, Master Chef, Gerard Wilcher, Chef J-Rod
Yes,
is in
sir.
the kitchen today. He is making a recipe perfect for Daddy on Father's Day.
Yes, sir.
Creole Cajun butter lamb chops. Good to have you back in the kitchen
Yes,
today.
sir. Thanks for having me.
And all right, so a lot of people don't necessarily try cooking these. So
Right.
talk about making or cooking lamb chops.
A lot of people are afraid of the lamb chops, but they're so easy to make. I mean, they take not a long time to cook, and if you follow what I'm going to show you, you'll have a knockout meal for Dad on Father's Day.
All right, show us.
All right, so what I have here is some Cajun lamb chops, or some lamb chops that I seasoned with some Cajun spices.
Okay.
All right, so most people French the bone on the lamb chop.
And
but
when
I-
you say French the bone, that's taking away the fat?
Yeah, so what they do is take away the fat to expose the bone for great presentation. But what I like to do is to use that fat to render out into my pan to flavor the actual lamb chops.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I season these lamb chops, and what I'm gonna do is lay them flat down like that. And what happens is the flavor from that fat releases, and that fat gets crispy and crusty.
Okay.
And then we start the process of cooking the lamb chops. So-
Anything special that people should be on the lookout for when they're buying them at the store?
Yes, so lamb chops can be very, very lean, right? So what I like to do when I look for them, I just go ahead and pick one up. When I look for them, I try to look for a little bit of marbleization, which is fat inside the lamb chop.
Okay.
And if they don't have it, that's another reason why I extract the flavor from this fat on the lamb chop.
Okay.
And then you want to look for a thick piece of lamb chop, because if they're thin, they cook really fast, and you want to eat a lamb chop between medium rare and medium. So-
Okay, all right, super. So normal time to cook these is gonna be,
Well, these are thin, and I got each bone, so maybe 2 minutes on each side, easily.
all right, and now tell me a little bit about the butter here.
All right, so here I made a Cajun Creole butter from scratch. I took some unsalted butter. I added some Cajun spice, some paprika, a little bit of cayenne pepper, salt, pepper, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and I whipped it. Now, the butter has to be softened and left out to room temperature in order to work with it. And I mostly use unsalted butter so I can infuse it with flavors.
Okay, all right, cool. So as this is cooking, you've got some exciting news that you're about to open a restaurant. So you're about to go brick and mortar down in Lenox Village.
Yes, Nashville has been good to me. I have two partners with this. I have Susan Wagner and Shannon Randall, and we've come together, and we're gonna bring a restaurant down in Lenox Village in Nashville. It's gonna be called the Butterfly Garden and Events.
All right, Butterfly Garden, part of that is taking on the fact that you're creating different types of butter for this.
Correct. So what we're gonna do is build it around butters, different butters. There's gonna be savory butters, sweet butters, and we're gonna incorporate those butter into a lot of our dishes.
Estimated opening date?
We're looking around August, September.
All right, fantastic. So we'll have you back on for that.
Yes, sir.
Finish us up here.
All right, so after they sear on the back side, they cook for 1 minute on each side, right? And I know this is TV time, so what I'm gonna do now, since we got both sides cooked,
Okay.
I'm gonna add the Cajun butter, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna add a little bit of fresh rosemary, some fresh garlic, and then what I did was charred this lemon, right? And it gives it a nice smoky flavor, and I squeeze a little bit on there. After that, what I do now, Leland, is baste the lamb chops. I just
Okay.
continue to baste the lamb chops. And then after you baste them, what you do to them here is you just put them on a plate. Right there, I have them sitting on a thing of some sauteed spinach. You eat it with some mashed potatoes, and we're gonna make Dad, because you can't forget about us
You
dads,
can't forget
right?
about us dads. No, not at all. And so there's the final product there. They can also reach you at Kingdom Cuisine because you're still doing
Yes, sir.
mobile
Yes, sir.
chef.
Yes, sir. I have a catering company. I do private chef, and then we're going into the brick and mortar. So
Awesome.
doing it all,
awesome.
Mr. Leland.
Thank you, thank you. You'll find today's recipe as well as Chef J. Rod's contact information at newschannel5.com if you'd like to get in touch with him.